Listen to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately after the handshake, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi pointed out a vacuum in the Kenyan politics. But that vacuum, he did not occupy it. After that handshake, what proceeded is Raila Odinga being appointed a special AU infrastructure envoy in Africa. Kalonzo Musyoka also landed some role in South Africa, some diplomatic role in South Africa. But Musalia Mudavadi and my Chama cha Mashinani party leader Isaac Ruto had already relegated themselves from the NASA sphere. And Mudavadi was allegedly approached to be given a ministerial position, which to many had argued that he would capture a very powerful position, but he declined that position. That will then see President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila forming a united front that culminated in Raila Odinga becoming the Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate. And after that election, there were many pertinent questions that were emerging in terms of elections and in the service. So I remember one time, 2019, when Musalia Mudavadi attended an event in Sirembe Primary School, I think it was Sirembe Secondary School in Game in Siaya. He spoke passionately about the gap that Raila had left.
Ndugu yangu mkubwa, Raila ametuliza boli. Sawa, ametuliza boli. Lakini akituliza kwa muda mrefu, hawa waporaji wanazidi kupora. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri tusimame. Unakumbuka wakati wa kura tulikuwa tunasema wafungue sava.
And yes, that was Musalia Mudavadi after 2017 elections. I have always maintained that if there is a politician that squandered his political future, it's Musalia Mudavadi, because he had an opportunity to inherit traditional Raila Odinga support. What we'll then see is at the height of the August 9th general election, he merged with Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and faced a rebuff in the western region, where there are leaders that then separated with him, saying that he made his own personal conscious decision. What we've seen as we head towards general election is a situation where his party is being cannibalized. Malala is finding it very difficult to campaign in Kakamega for ANC candidate, despite the fact that he's the ANC county chairman. And to an extent of UDA party fielding a candidate in Musalia Mudavadi's Sabatia constituency. But then there are three emerging issues here that point out to a well-coordinated strategy to ensure that Western aspirants and sitting MPs do not coalesce around Musalia Mudavadi. And remember, Mudavadi was given a position as head of campaign secretariat, I think, chief campaigner for Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. But again, he really played a very key role. This is a position that he did in NASA. And if you remember NASA Wow slogan, he really did well. I am not seeing a vibrant Mudavadi in the current campaigns compared to 2017. Someone can challenge me. Something is happening in Mumias West, and let's just point out to
kama wamama watetesi wa wamama. Maana huyu ni mama mmoja amesimama katikati ya wanaume wanne. Wangewacha huyu mama afike kwa debe na kura yenyewe iamue. Kiti cha ubunge tunakitafuta kwa ujasiri, tukijua kwamba sio kupendelewa, bali ni katiba yetu ya Kenya inatupatia nafasi kutafuta hiki kiti ili tuweze kuwakilisha watu wetu. Na kile tunaomba ni kwamba mwananchi wa Mumias West constituency apewe nafasi akachagua viongozi wake.
Something that did not sit well with the residents of Mumias. So that was residents reacting. Of course, Rashid Chesa was William Ruto's right-hand man, and he got his way to the cabinet, to the sports ministry through William Samuel Ruto. There was also a press briefing in Karen, and that press briefing was attended by Western members of parliament, both, I think, from UDA and ANC, and aspirants both from Western, Luhya leaders, the ones that are in Nairobi and in Western. And of course, they renewed attack on Raila Odinga. But what I was struggling to be persuaded is why they chose Benjamin Washeli, to be the person to give that press briefing. Benjamin Washeli is a UDA member. And if you look at the Nelson Havi was also in attendance, Babu Namwamba, these are staunch UDA members. They're actually in Kenya Kwanza through UDA. Why are these leaders, you paint a picture why are these leaders not really fully coalescing around Musalia Mudavadi? Why do you think this is happening? And you can actually see a situation where things are not turning out well to Musalia Mudavadi. So I want us to look, for example, in Bungoma. Leave alone even the other Vihiga and Kakamega, which is very contentious. There is a strong element. Look at Bungoma. I listened to this interview in Nyota TV, and this analyst was really breaking it down to how ANC and even Ford Kenya do not stand a chance to even win one elective seat.
Okay. As you finish off, let's be factual, isn't it? Let's come to Bungoma County. And tuangalie vigezo vya parliamentary seat. I want to show you KI how William Samoei Ruto is a genius in Kenya Kwanza. Okay? Bumula. Nani strong candidate huko? I think Mwambu.
Mheshimiwa Mwambu.
Right? Otiula I think is coming through ODM. Okay? Mwambu ako chama gani? UDA.
Mwambu ako UDA lakini alikuwa independent.
Correct. But now he's vying on UDA. Kuja Kimilili. Who is a strong candidate?
Mheshimiwa Didmas.
Ako chama gani?
UDA.
Okay? Go to Ebuye West. Who is a strong candidate?
Mheshimiwa Dan.
Ako chama gani?
UDA.
Come to Sirisia. Who is strong? Sirisia, who is strong is Waluke and some other guy there. Amekuja Jubilee. Alright? Go to Kabuchai. Is only Kabuchai for the Kenya is a strong candidate. Kalasinga. Kalasinga is very strong. Alright? Kuja Tongaren. Who is strong?
Mheshimiwa Sali.
Ako chama gani?
DAP.
Kuja Kimilili. Who is strong? Bisau.
Kimilili ma?
Kimilili. Is it Kimilili or whatever? Kimilili. Tumemaliza. Kuja Kandui. Now we have Makali who is in Ford Kenya. We have Ujama part leader wa Munyinyi. All right? Okay? They'll fight out. So in all this combination are 9 seats. Ford Kenya has how many?
Ni moja.
So where is 90%? Let's be serious.
That's how hawajapita bado.
Kaya, I'm telling you, sisi tunabashiri.
Tunabashiri lakini bado hawajapita.
Na kuna vigezo Kaya. There is no way utapita 90% with no MP.
And so guys, that is a very interesting insight into what exactly is happening. Deliberately, these leaders have been stopped from coalescing around Musalia Mudavadi. And at one point, remember Didmas Baraza coming out to say that he cannot campaign for either candidates apart from UDA candidates. Kindly, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to our channel and also click the notification bell so that when we publish our videos, you will always be notified. When I was just having a peer analysis, I decided to post this question to one of the subscribers in this channel, and he just responded by a question telling me, Kevin, do you think Mudavadi has presidential ambitions? He's not so busy with what really happens after this general election. And it will be very important that we try to delve deep in this. And if there is one thing you cannot undermine is the influence of Raila Odinga in Western. There is that bit of chunk because it's not about Raila. I think due to the emerging attacks on Raila Odinga, he has then decided then to hide, or rather to sit behind the Atuolis, the DAPK, the Eugene Musalia, and the rest of that team. But again, as Gachagua will say, there's still bigger corner to look for wherever he is. UDA candidates in Western are very resourceful. Someone like Didmas Baraza is a sitting member of parliament. This one is a member of parliament that has all the resources. If you look at Echesa was a CS who served as a CS and really was within the trappings of power and amassed some great resources. So what happened, and I think this is where Mudavadi did not find the cutaway, Deputy President successfully inherited the proceeds of Jubilee breakout. Rather, he inherited the elected leaders from the Jubilee wing. And what Musalia Mudavadi was actually supposed to do is to collect himself the leaders within the NASA space, even though I know it was not such a big number, but he was supposed to collect himself. And the best ways to collect this is to take care of the vacuum that we pointed out. There was no vibrance, and he was talking about the election reforms, the server had not been opened, there are the issues of corruption that were emerging, and that came out. If Mudavadi would have taken that opportunity, create himself a space, get some vibrance, try to create a niche, I can tell you that Mudavadi will be a powerful force that even Deputy President will not be where he is. Because where Deputy President is sitting, he's sitting as the opposition, didn't get that government. Because Ruto got his opposition politics momentum, I think, peaked around 2020 during COVID, Mudavadi would have taken that and he would have inherited quite a chunk of leaders in Western Kenya. But Francis Atwoli factor, even after him crossing over to work with DP Ruto, was really had a shot on his foot. Because remember, Christopher Aseka, I think that is the Kwesero MP, met with Francis Atwoli at his home. 2 days after that, there was Hamisi, there was the Nambale MP, who also met with Raila Odinga, and they were handed direct tickets. So what is happening is Francis Atwoli, it seems there is a chunk of leadership in Western Kenya that are coalescing around him, maybe for campaign financing. And very powerful, he's in record saying he has financed Mudavadi, he has financed Wetangula, Malala, and all of that. So what also Atwoli would want, that he still remains within the spheres of power. And if you ask me in Western, really, I think you cannot underestimate the influence of Francis Atwoli. So the fact that Musalia Mudavadi decided to break ranks with Atwoli was quite unfortunate. He will then find a way, even if it means then remaining with the Raila side, but sticking with the Francis Atwoli, because UDA does not have, ANC does not have really resourceful candidates. The ones that are not in UDA are being supported by Francis Atwoli. However, Ruto will also want an allegiance after this election. Whatever the outcome that comes out, whether if he makes government, needs them better, if he still doesn't make the government and loses, he will still need that support so that those people will not work closely with Musalia Mudavadi. But in my understanding, if a Western camp emerge very powerful, then it will create emergence. It will bring emergence of regional camps within Kenya Kwanza. These regional camps is also why Deputy President is very comfortable with the squabbles in Mount Kenya. He doesn't want that unity, because when that unity is there, what might play out is it's going to increase stake. When they form government, Western wing wanataka yao, Mombasa wing wanataka yao, Ukambani wing are looking for theirs, Central wing, they don't want those camps, because again, those camps are akin to divisions, where Mombasa wing can join up with the Western wing and they can sabotage, actually bring the whole house down. So these are some of the things that are standing in the gap of Musalia Mudavadi then successfully bringing the Western leadership together. It is really the backroom here is the big deal here is Raila Odinga's presidential bid. If Raila was not in ballot, that maybe it was Kalonzo Musyoka, I can tell you, it would have been very easy for Mudavadi to unite this leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my bold analysis.